Coming up on this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show, the weekend edition, what the SmackDown Ring Report was after Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman vowed to get revenge on WWE official Adam Pearce, and they tried to trick Adam Pearce by having Paul Heyman be in a match against Pearce, but it turned out to a wild brawl between Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens. We'll get to that. And on Hot Topic, The Undertaker says some outrageous remarks about today's locker room. He feels like today's locker room are not more motivated than inspired than his locker room was way back when. And a lot of people are screwed. I mean, they getting backlash on that. The Undertaker said and stuff. And Val Venis made controversial remarks. I mean, he's saying stuff that former President Trump was saying about QAnon and all that stuff. We'll get that. And Sting, we'll get him a debut match in AEW. We'll tell you the latest on the location and date. And all this is Pro Wrestling Show starts right now. Hello everyone, welcome to this edition, the weekend edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host as always, Ken Dix here. Glad you can join us in the Pro Wrestling Show. Join in the conversation using the hashtag ProWrestling here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribing is care. Tell a friend, call a friend, and hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Well, weekend edition, we have in the Pro Wrestling Show a lot of new worthy stuff to talk about, news information on Hot Topics. We'll get to Wrestling Hot Topics later. But let's get to the SmackDown Ring Report. On the SmackDown Ring Report tonight, man, SmackDown kicked off with the big dog Roman Reigns, along with his advisor, Paul Heyman, and they were steaming hot and mad after WWE official Adam Pearce was scheduled to meet Roman at the Royal Rumble for the Universal Championship after Roman had orchestrated the whole gauntlet match to put Adam Pearce in the match. Adam Pearce found a loophole and told Roman and Gang, Heyman, and Jey Uso, who was MIA. Don't know what happened to Jey. Well, Pearce told them that he had knee problems and the card subject to change. The card did subject to change. Pearce found a replacement, being Kevin Owens, and Roman Reigns was mad. He was furious. He couldn't believe it. He got out weaseled. He got outmaneuvered. You name it. But the arrogant champion, Roman Reigns, called out Adam Pearce. The WWE official came out there, and Roman still wanted the match against him. Adam Pearce kept refusing, but Adam Pearce said that he's not going to be intimidated by Roman. And Roman said, "What about you and Heyman?" And then all of a sudden, Paul Heyman bowled up, cussed Adam Pearce out like he wants something. It was the first time I ever seen Paul Heyman even stand up to somebody a caliber like Adam Pearce, who's been a wrestling champion before. I was like, oh my God, is Paul Heyman want to wrestle now? And it happened. The match was made. Pearce versus Heyman. We was going to get it later on in the show. And Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns was having their discussion. And Paul Heyman said that is he playing? And Reigns said, no, you're going to be a man about it. Paul Heyman looked worried, concerned that he's going to get beaten up again. And he went from having that ultra confidence to went back down. So we'll tell you later on that coming up. Speaking of that, women's tag team champions Asuka and Charlotte Flair make a rare appearance on SmackDown. They went against the Riot Squad, Ruby Riott, and what that girl name? Forgot her name. Liv Morgan, along with I forgot the girl from the Iconics. And y'all know what I'm talking about, Iconics. But they had a good, tremendous match, but the Riot Squad was unsure and unsuccessful in their attempt to defeat the tag team champions in order to get a tag team title shot due to the help of Billy Kay. Yeah, Billy Kay. Just didn't happen. And then the Riot Squad, after the match, told Billy Kay, your services are no longer needed. We didn't need you in the beginning, so we don't need you now. So Billy Kay kind of a little bit lost in the shuffle again, being the puppy dog again. So she had to find a way back again. Also, Daniel Bryan made a rare appearance. Daniel Bryan talking about the Royal Rumble match. the significance of the match and how it would be for him to win the Royal Rumble. Now, it was a lot of rumors and reports a couple of years ago. Daniel Bryan was supposed to win 2014 Rumble, but he didn't do so. Batista won. Forced fans to get on WWE, and WWE rechanged it with Daniel Bryan was added, and everything became so happily ever after. Well, Cesaro came out there and talked down Daniel Bryan, talking about Daniel Bryan's not in his prime, and Cesaro believes he's in his prime now. And it was in the discussion and stuff. And the next thing you know, new tag team champion Dolph Ziggler come out there, not with Bobby Roode. He came out there and him and Cesaro had a good match. It was a good instant match. But Cesaro and Dolph Ziggler, tore up the show with Cesaro hitting the neutralizer, getting the 1, 2, 3. And Cesaro, a lot of people got to realize Cesaro could be the dark horse in this Royal Rumble match. He has won Battle Royals before. If you recall, mere 7 years ago, he won the Andre Giant Memorial Battle Royal, the first one. So he got a experience in some Battle Royal. Only thing now is could he put the experience in winning the Royal Rumble match to earn himself a championship match at WrestleMania, maybe perhaps a Universal title match, or maybe perhaps a WWE title match. You never know. But Cesaro on the roll, and he keeps on with that roll. Also, Sasha Banks, the WWE SmackDown Women's Champion, was in action as she had made the challenge last week that she wanted to go against Carmella's assistant, Reginald, a small lad, whatever you want to call it. Well, Reginald has been a thorn on Sasha Banks' side for long, and Banks got her match against Reginald. Reginald was doing a lot of acrobatic moves. I guess he's been doing gymnastics, and Reginald and Sasha Banks with the out counter maneuver each other. But Sasha tried to play cat and mouse with Reginald, but Sasha took the distraction to Carmella, who Carmella really wants a title match. I don't think they never announced that they was going to get a match at Royal Rumble, but they never did. If it's possible, it could happen. But Sasha threw the wine at Carmella's face, and Reginald tried to get distraction over Sasha. Sasha countered with the bank statement and used that crossface tap to make Reginald tap out. So Sasha Banks is Carmella's assistant, and Carmella having a lot of tensions going on. And I hope they can get their tensions on going down shortly. If Carmella want to be a SmackDown Women's Champion, or she's just a placeholder for now. Also, former Intercontinental Champion Sami Zayn came out there using his conspiracy theories as usual. Well, Sami Zayn was throughout the whole show until the Intercontinental title match between champion Big E versus Apollo Crews. Now, I thought Apollo Crews was going to win this match and going to take the title, but since he was hanging around Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman to get advice, it was Big E. It was like a big man match. They both equally matched, powerhouses and stuff. But Sami Zayn came and intervened and hit the hula kick on the Intercontinental Champion Big E, and let the Big E retain the title and disqualification law. So we have to see what's going on with that. I really thought that it was going to be a title change, but that title change didn't happen as well as should have. You know how that go. Also, Bianca Belair participated in Bayley's obstacle challenge. Well, Bayley and Bianca Belair had this weird challenge. I think Bayley trying to say anything you can do, I can do better. Well, Bianca Belair, it started with Bayley. Bayley did the obstacle challenge, and then she had did the sprint, did the obstacle, and then when it came to grabbing someone like a log, Bayley had chose Chad Gable, and she did basketball shoots, like a 3-point hoop shoot. And then it was Bianca Belair's turn. Bianca Belair did the best, and she was almost there until she stopped. She thought Chad Gable was gonna be on. She was gonna have to carry him, but she had to carry Otis, and she knew Bayley was up to something on there. She grabbed Otis. Otis almost 300 pounds and something, over 300 pounds, and she carried him. And she did basketball, and she tried to do like a double stand. on Baylor, and then she still beat Baylor under 17 seconds. Wow. And then Baylor was a sore loser. She attacked Bianca Belair, almost railed her through the basketball post. Could have separated her shoulder. So hopefully Bianca Belair is not out of the Royal Rumble, we hope. And we'll get a couple of update, because Bianca Belair, with last year's Royal Rumble, she was a standout. She was a breakout star. Could she miss this year's Royal Rumble with a sore loser like Baylor and stuff? Hope. Also, Rey Mysterio and Dominic continuing their issues with King Corbin. Well, Rey Mysterio told Dominic that, hey, if you lose to King Corbin, you need to listen to me. If you don't, then I'll go by your advice. Well, Dominic, the younger Mysterio, went against King Corbin. Man, I've seen Aaliyah or Murphy. What's going on with that? They dropped the storyline on that. But I know, kayfabe, Aaliyah have a boyfriend. I don't know if they got heat with her or what, showing a boyfriend. Well, Dominic did the mighty, but Dominic was unsuccessful after King Corbin hit the end of days. Dominic did moves like the 619 and stuff, trying to keep King Corbin out his pace, but it just didn't work out for the younger Mysterio. Dominic fell days to the end of days, and that was it. So we had to listen to Ray going forward with Dominic. Is they doing a storyline where Dominic gonna turn on Ray? This is what it look like. This is how it's gonna be to get him going, get the wheels going. So we'll see. Also, the main event was Paul Heyman, the advocate for Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, going against WWE Fish. Adam Pearce was ready. Adam Pearce was set and ready to go. Well, Paul Heyman came out there trying to be mighty and trying to walk to the steps, but he kept falling down. He kept attempting again, still fell down until he told the WWE Fish Adam Pearce that subject to change. He was trying to do reverse psychologism on him. Adam Pearce did it to them, Roman and Heyman, and said that I found a suitable replacement, and none other was the Universal Champion Roman Reigns, who came out there walking, stomping, graveyard disruption. Roman Reigns came out there and attacked Adam Pearce, beat him up, did Superman punches, did a spear, carried him through the barricade, put him through the WWE fans, slammed him through the WWE virtual fans, and carried him through the virtual fans. All of a sudden, security attendant comes covered up, and it was none other than Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens attacked Roman Reigns, getting revenge, getting Roman's comeuppance, and Roman tried to come back, but Kevin came back with his own comeback with a stunner, stunning the champion, then trying to get back in and stun him again. And Roman Reigns felt a little bit stagnant, and then all of a sudden Roman Reigns was trying to come back, but Kevin Owens came back and powerbombed him through the announcer's table, leaving him down. So this is going to be a good indication in their match at Royal Rumble, and a last man standing match between these two. Could Kevin Owens keep this momentum down and keep Roman at the feet at 10, so he's not able to get up? We had to wait and see at Royal Rumble, but this SmackDown was good. It was a good SmackDown. I can say that it was a good SmackDown. It flowed and consistent. It was consistency. So I give them that. So SmackDown was a B. So I give SmackDown that. All right. That ends the SmackDown report. When we return, we'll have a slew of hot topics. I'm talking about The Undertaker, telling the young generation, hey, stop playing video games. The young generation take up with that issue. Also, Sting makes his debut in AEW in a match, and you won't believe the date and location for the match. And Val Venus with these crazy questions. I mean, he got crazy conspiracy theories. You won't believe. We'll have this more when the Pro Wrestling Show returns in a moment. Welcome back to the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, as always, Ken Dixon. Glad you enjoyed us in the Pro Wrestling Show. like I said, join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is free. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. Thank you all for watching the Pro Wrestling Show. We make wrestling content for you, Pro Wrestling audience. All right, this is the weekend edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. Let's get to hot topics. So hot topics this week, man, what a hot topics we have for you. It's The Undertaker. Yes, the dead man, The Undertaker. He made some comments. He appeared unannounced on the Joe Rogan experience. And The Undertaker made this comment with this. This Dead Man Incorporated made a comment about the younger wrestlers not taking the business serious and saying that way back in his day, people had guns and knives, and compared to this generation where they like to play video games and be calm. Well, Undertaker, today's locker room has changed, but long thing, things are different. And like Vince McMahon used to say, they are millennials. So millennials gonna do what they want to do, and people from the past gonna do what they want to do. So it works out best. It don't make tensions be known. So Undertaker with those comments, I couldn't believe that. Also, former WWE superstar Val Venus, known as Sean Morley, he deletes his Twitter account after posting wild conspiracy theories. And you see right here these icons. He said something about QAnon. I don't know why is he saying that stuff, and it don't. But some people listen to his conspiracy theory. But Val Venus has gone deep in. I know he's a proud Trump supporter, but we're in a new administration now, so you can take what you want to believe. But he bet you said you had your First Amendment right, but come on, dude, come on, it's crazy. All right, in other news, the icon, the man they call Sting. Sting has been storming in AEW as of late, coming on the aid of Darby Allin, the TNT champion, to fend off Team Taz. Well, AEW has announced that at AEW Revolution that the Stinger will make his AEW wrestling debut. Sting will team up with Darby Allin against the team of Team Taz's Brian Cage and Ricky Starks. This is Sting's first match since leaving WWE, and he had his last match against Seth Rollins. It was for the WWE title with mine 6 years ago, and now Sting it was 6 years ago. Now Sting 6 years later gets another form of redemption, and now the Stinger looking to team up with Darby Allin, who they call the next Sting, which he's kind of little short, but to each his own. But Darby Allin and Sting will team up and join forces against the team of Ricky Starks and Brian Cage of Team Taz, with Taz in their corner. So it's going to be interesting to see. So we hope to see that. Also, they say two big names are locked in for WrestleMania 37. They said reports that Goldberg and John Cena may be rumored to appear at WrestleMania in some form or capacity. So we have to see if Cena and Goldberg will be coming in effort. Maybe also Hulk Hogan might want to come and join the party too. So since he lives in Tampa. Also, CM Punk says that Goldberg is his favorite wrestler of the year. Goldberg didn't wrestle that much in 2020. He wrestled twice against The Fiend, and then he wrestled Braun Strowman. So no, there you go. CM Punk just saying crazy stuff. Speaking of crazy, Tyra Valkyrie has left Impact Wrestling. Now, if you watch Impact Wrestling this past week, Tyra was known as the perpetrator that killed Johnny Bravo, and now there are rumors and reports that she may leave going to Jacksonville or Stafford Penitentiary. She's basically trying to say WWE or that. But I can see Tyra coming to WWE since her husband there is obvious. If she comes to AEW, I'd be shocked at that. So either way, who knows? So we had to wait till the future might hold. But I see her going to WWE. I don't see her going towards, if she do go in AEW, I'll be shocked. I'll be like, wow, she went to AEW, so we got two husband and wife doing work for two different companies. I know Morris got his job back through Miz. I know. But speaking of AEW, the owner Tony Khan appeared on AEW along with Matt Hardy and Private Party. Matt Hardy and Private Party were unannounced, and they came, and they now the new number one contenders for the Impact World Tag Team titles, with Matt Hardy as their coach and their player coach and their manager. Tony Khan helped them secure that, and he made an appearance like he was a heel, so, and along with Jerry Lynn. So Tony Khan being comfortable being the heel owner, I hope he don't bring that AEW be like the next Mr. McMahon. Oh God. You know, he did a podcast with Renee Young, so interesting podcast with him and Renee Young then. I'm surprised she didn't ever ask him, did he have a girlfriend or something? Or a husband, a partner or something. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It's 2021. It's your business. You do what you want to do. So it's acceptable now. So speaking of Renee Young made an appearance, and here's what Renee Young had to say. It's sorry that Renee Young saying WWE Backstage is returning back as a special. Now, WWE Backstage normally was coming on weekly, but now since the Royal Rumble coming, I think they're gonna do like the pay-per-views, major pay-per-views. So they're gonna start with the Royal Rumble, and they might start with WrestleMania. Then Mark Henry made a report that Backstage might return weekly. So we have to wait and see going forward with Backstage. So glad we're good with that. Also, Tony Schiavone, AEW announcer, is dealing with back and knee pains. Tony Schiavone, wish you well. Hope nothing comes and ends with that. So Tony Schiavone and stuff. So get well, Tony. Also, NBC Universal announced this week that the NBC Sports Network is shutting down. The NBC Sports Network was a sports-oriented network featuring the home for NHL and NASCAR. Well, there's been rumors and reports that those two sports properties will move to USA Network, which may affect WWE in the near future. Well, with WWE, it might not affect Raw, but it may affect NXT, since they are saying that the sports program like to be on most watch on Wednesdays. So they probably move NXT to Tuesday nights, hopefully. There you go. So, we'll see. Also, Ethan Page announced his departure from Impact Wrestling. Well, more on Ethan Page, that Impact gave him a choice. Either you want to dissolve the North, or do you want to bring in Karate Man? Ethan Page didn't really want to bring Karate Man. They really didn't want to dissolve the North. And they told him he had to make that choice. So he brought Karate Man, which didn't make no sense. But that was kind of like a YouTube character. And I don't know why they brought that. But that was Don Callis' idea. But yeah, what it is. And I would have just had him just like he was doing. He's been crazy. And they put him in a pendant institution or something, like a crazy house, to get himself together. Have Ethan Page say, "I'm gonna leave you there, bud, and when you come out of it, you snap out of it, I'm gonna come back and get you." That's what I would have done with Josh Alexander, with him doing that Ethan Page, and then let him just come back and just do some shots and films and stuff. Be done with it. So there you go. Also, Ariane Blake from MLW and TJP are expecting a baby. They made the announcement on Instagram. Congratulations to the happy couple. We wish them luck. Also, Canyon episode on Dark Side of the Ring will be featured. Chris Canyon, who was better known as Canyon, who's better than Canyon. Canyon will come on Dark Side of the Ring. He died about 10 years ago. And I'll get more in depth on his story when he was coming out after he left WWE and he was attracted to men. So here's what it is. Also, indie wrestler AQA signs with WWE. She was a protege of Booker T in the reality of wrestling. So AQA may get a shot on being a PC class. So we'll see on that. Congratulations. And also, finally, WWE do not have a venue for events after WrestleMania. So they haven't found a venue for their events after WrestleMania. And then you start doing so now. So the time is being. All right, that is Hot Topics. All right, this is the Pro Wrestling Show Weekend Edition. So, thank you all for watching this weekend edition. We covered the SmackDown report. We covered the Raw report. So, next week, we're going to be starting back over with, Raw and the Wednesday Night Ring reports. And we're going to not have the SmackDown report. It's going to be merged as the Royal Rumble Predict the Outcome show special for the Royal Rumble. So, we'll have that next week. So 3 shows in total. So for me being Kendrick saying so long, we'll see you next week for another edition of the Pro Wrestling Show here on Connect. See you later.